really annoys me when people keep trying to switch the narrative of how this beef started, when nobody knows this beef better than anyone who's lived it in real time. I happen to be one of them people. So I'm going to give y'all the rundown, get you some popcorn, a warm, cozy blanket, and sit your ass down, get comfortable. So for years and years, even before Cardi B, record labels been trying to get them another Nicki Minaj. Like, that's true. Is that something that we can all agree on? Please don't be dense and dumb. Like, y'all know that. Offering upcoming female rappers money to diss Nicki Minaj. Thankfully, there was some real bitches and they declined, because why would you do that to yourself? Along comes Cardi B, who rose to success from her personality on reality TV show Love and Hip Hop. She then began to gain success in the music industry, and people thought that it was cool that there was another female rapper that was dominating the industry. Around this time, there was a narrative that Nicki Minaj doesn't show love to other female rappers, she don't support them, she don't pay homage, or whatever, but that was not the case. Nicki Minaj definitely congratulated Cardi on her success. I think there was a reply. Everybody thought that moment was cute, but, you know, people were still trying to say that Nicki Minaj bitter, miserable, all that shit. Then Motorsport happens, shuts the general public up for a little bit, you know, nice little moment until the interview started. This is where the problem started, y'all. Y'all gotta get into it. Okay, so Cardi B was the first artist to get interviewed about Motorsport. She mentioned that Nicki Minaj's verse was not finished when she first heard the song, and that the verse changed, and it made her confused. While I understand that that may cause confusion, but from an artist standpoint, I can also understand the perfectionism behind it all. I want to make sure that my shit eats, and her shit ate. Best verse on the song, most replayed verse on the song. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to be a bar right now. I'm trying to tell the story, you know, factual. She also mentioned that she saw it as a big opportunity to be on a song with Nicki Minaj, you know, people as big as them. Now, when Nicki Minaj got interviewed, she congratulated Cardi again. But she said what hurt her was the fact that you mentioned me changing my verse, but she was the whole reason as to why she had to change her verse. In Motorsport, Nicki Minaj has a line that says, "If Quavo the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi." The line originally was, "If Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi." Nicki Minaj was referencing the football coach, Vince Lombardi. If you don't know who that is, look it up. You'll figure it out. For years, Nicki Minaj's pen has had people in an uproar, but that particular line was good bait for people who didn't like her. And the part that really pisses me off is that y'all don't know the part that y'all play in this as well. Like, y'all were making think pieces about the original verse. Like, she was trying to sun her. It was a sunning opportunity. When no, that was not the case. This is another female rapper in the game. Like, it's like, what do y'all want? Y'all want me to support people, and then when I support people, it's some shade behind it, when no, that was not the case. She was very humble in that interview. Nicki Minaj was not being queen bitch. She was very humble in that interview. Now, around this time is when Nicki Minaj's hate train happened. It was probably like 3 rail cars connected to the train. So at this moment, any opportunity was good to get Nicki Minaj out of the game, which didn't happen. And sadly, it won't happen, y'all. Sorry. And I think when Nicki Minaj says that there's corporate giants and machines that are going against me, y'all are taking it literal, like she's some weird, crazy, schizophrenic person. No, it's not an actual giant. It's not actual machines. These are people who are pulling strings in the music industry. Yeah, y'all listen to music, but y'all don't know shit. Like, y'all don't know nothing. Now, we all know that Nicki Minaj is a lyrical genius. Most of her hottest shit is her being very lyrical. You know, there's like 50% of the world who isn't really trying to listen to music to decipher lyrics. You know, low IQ. Sorry, y'all. But with Cardi B and a few ghostwriters, that 50% has someone they could listen to. They don't have to decipher lyrics. They could just throw their ass. Now, I'm going to be a real nigga and say, yes, there's a wide range of barbs, and like 45% of them are, you know, a little cuckoo. But bottom line, the barbs were not standing for that. There was no way that you were going to compare someone who does not write their raps to someone who takes pride in writing their raps. That's one of the reasons why I like her, because no, you're not going to write shit for me. This is my business place. Like, this is where I make my money. I'm not going to pay you to do something I already know how to do and do well. Now, it wasn't too long ago that X decided to take away that messy-ass feature where you could see what everybody likes. That, combined with Stan Twitter, that was really what just took that shit like 5 notches higher. Some people would like tweets to be shady. Some people would like tweets by mistake, allegedly. Or, you know, it's easy to fabricate someone liking tweets. In this case, this is what happened. Cardi B then confirms years later. And this is what I mean by witness it in real time. I used to stay under Nicki Minaj's Twitter likes. So I know for a fact that her liking something about her child was not true. Like, it was a fabricated screenshot. Nicki Minaj never did that. Me at that time, I was just like, now, girl, you know she ain't do that now. Like, come on, what's this about? At this time, the hate train had about 200 rail cars. Like, it was really bad to be a barb around that time. And as the years went on, it was a lot of shady shit happening, but the dialogue between them two went down. Other female rappers entered the game. Now, not to discredit any female rappers, because there are a lot of female rappers that do write their raps now. Congratulations to y'all. But everyone does know that the quickest way to get your rise to fame was to have a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. These record labels had the same playbook for each artist. Like, you know, kiss Nicki Minaj feet a little bit, shout her out and stuff. You get your record, you get what you get from it, and boom, you start being weird. Now, take for instance Meg Thee Stallion, and please, the Stallions, whatever she call y'all, please. When she got on that live with Nicki Minaj, she definitely shaded Cardi when she said, I'm gonna go and write some shit. Then a whole little kiki, you know, she know what she was doing. And after her and Nicki finally had their collaboration, stuff happened between them two behind the scenes, and their dialogue also went down. A year later, WAP comes out. I mean, like, y'all don't see how that's crazy? No? Okay, cool, it's fine. But regardless of whatever her and Nicki have going on, I'm gonna get back to Cardi. Now, for years, Cardi hasn't released an album. Her last album was Invasion of Privacy, and around that time, Queen also dropped It Outsold Queen. Cool, y'all can have that. That's fine. Now, a week before y'all decided to tag along, before the beef came, the part that y'all came for, Cardi has been poking at Nicki Minaj. Like, she's been in Twitter Spaces saying, specifically out of her mouth, that she was gonna outsell Pink Friday 2. Bookmark them tweets, y'all. Bookmark them tweets. They think we're not gonna sell. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna be on top. Okay, I mean, as a female rapper, that is something that you should say. If a bitch beef with me, we gonna be forever. Cool, let's do that. Regardless of if she said Nicki Minaj's name or not, Pink Friday 2 is Nicki Minaj's line of work. You're still speaking on me, so let's talk about it. You thought you were gonna surpass me. Don't try to move the goalposts and say that my peers are Beyonce and Rihanna. No, you said you were gonna surpass Pink Friday 2. Let's talk about it. Now, mentioning each other's kids, I don't stand for that. I'm not with it. I just want y'all to know that Nicki Minaj did not mention culture in a bad way first. Cardi B had resurfaced tweets, videos of calling women monkeys and roaches. You know, specifically black women. But she laid down with a black man and now have black children. So that's what Nicki Minaj was pointing at. Like, okay, y'all riding behind her so heavy, but y'all are monkeys and roaches. And now that you laid down with a black man and have black kids, are they also monkeys and roaches? Now, Cardi saying that she has tea on a 5-year-old little boy, which we all knew what was coming, because people have been saying for years that maybe Papa Bear is autistic and stuff like that. Like, it's not the read that you think it is. But now you're talking about my family. You've been talking about my family. You have nothing to say about me but mentioning my family members. But now you're talking about my son. And to be fair, just off of mentioning her kids as well, I understand. But boom, since you being messy and trying to say that my son is autistic, first of all, this isn't your first time. It happened last year. Let's take it there. Boom. Cultures, blah, 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 blah. This is where I'm like, okay, no, it's time to retreat. Both sides, wrap it up. But just as I thought, she was trying to say that Papa Bear is autistic. Papa Bear is not autistic, guys. Culture is not ugly. So sorry to those kids. I just want to set the record straight, y'all, that this is how this shit happened. The way that everybody's trying to spin it, Nicki Minaj being bitter, all this and that. No, that was not the case. She was poking at her, bro. Y'all know Nicki Minaj is easy to rage bait, especially off of disrespect. Like, you're not going to disrespect me and then think you get away with it. Like, no. The album didn't flop, but it didn't outsell me. So let's talk about it. Let's open that conversation. I also asked if we can sit on a live together. You know, maybe with the pen and paper or freestyle. And let's see who's really queen bitch. But she didn't want to. Stop spinning the wrong narrative.